everyone and welcome back. Today we are making the beautiful swan ornament from this lovely book by Corinne Lapierre. Here is the one I just finished and I'll walk you through the whole process step by step so you can make one too. If you stick around until the end, I'll show you a completely different design for some extra inspiration. These ornaments are really easy to customize, just use your imagination. So let's jump right in. We are going to need a few supplies to make this ornament. I'm using felt in white, terracotta and black. You'll also need some thread, scissors, ribbon, double-sided tape, stuffing, and a needle. To draw the design, I'll be using a heat erasable marker, but you can use whatever marking tool you are comfortable with. We'll also need the pattern, which you can find in the book. Just be sure to make a copy of it if you don't want to cut or damage your book. To start, we are going to cut out all the pattern pieces and get everything prepped. First, I'll cut out the body from white felt. I'm using double-sided tape to hold the pattern in place. This is my favorite method. I've had a lot of success with it because it keeps the pattern steady while cutting. It's especially helpful when you need two identical pieces. They always come out matching perfectly. Carefully cut around the outline. The key is to use a sharp pair of scissors. Just take your time with this step. It's important that the pieces match the design. When you are ready to cut out the other side of the ornament, you don't need to reapply the double-sided tape. It should still be sticky enough to reuse for the second piece. And with the magic of editing, all my pieces are now cut out. Both sides of the body and the parts for the beak are ready to go. This next step is completely optional. But I honestly don't even want to imagine what my ornament would look like if I started stitching without it. I am pretty sure it would be a disaster. That's why I like to draw out the design first. For this step, I am using a heat erasable marker. Once I'm done stitching, I can just apply a little heat with a hairdryer or an iron, and the lines will disappear like magic. Here I am just trying to copy the design from the picture in the book. I am doing my best to make it look as close to the image as possible. I think this should do it. It's not exactly the same, but it's very close. Now I can start decorating the body. I am using a blue thread and doing a chain stitch just like in the book to outline the flower shape I just drew on. To do a chain stitch is easy. Bring your needle up through the felt where you want to start. Then insert the needle back down into the same hole or right next to it. But don't pull it all the way through. As you pull the thread down, leave a little loop on the surface. Bring your needle back up a short distance ahead and make sure it comes up inside that loop. Now gently pull the thread until the loop lays flat. That's your first chain. Repeat the process. Go down in the same hole or next to where you just came up, leave a loop, come up ahead inside the loop, and pull the thread gently to tighten. To finish the chain, make a tiny stitch over the last loop to hold it in place. You can probably see the black outline from the marker. I am going to take it off screen and heat it with some hot air from my hair dryer. And I am back. I hope you can see the difference. The black lines are gone and the ornament looks nice and crisp now. Next up, I'm adding little details. A few daisy stitches and a star stitch right in the center. I think I can handle these without my trusty magic marker. Fingers crossed, I don't regret that decision. I'm adding daisy stitches in between each petal shape, and later on I'll fill them in with a contrasting color using some straight stitches. Inside each petal, I'll sew a few straight stitches as well, just following the design from the book. Now that I'm done sewing on all these daisy stitches, I'm going to fill each one with a blue straight stitch. Then I'll repeat the whole process on the other side of the body. I like to decorate both sides, but honestly, it's totally optional. If you are not in the mood for that much stitching, you can leave the back plain. Once these are hanging on your Christmas tree, no one's really going to see the back anyway. And now on to my favorite part. We are going to add the eye. I think this is what really gives the swan its personality, which is why I love this step so much. I am definitely going to draw the design on first before I start stitching, just to make sure I get the shape right. I'm using the same style as in the picture, a little eye with eyelashes. I think it's super cute. But of course, if that's not your style, you can always keep it simple and just use a French knot instead. Both sides are now nicely decorated, and now we've reached the most tedious part, attaching the beak. First, we'll attach the black upper beak to the head using a few small stitches. I'm using white thread so it blends in and is less noticeable. With the upper beak securely in place, it's time to attach the lower beak. For this step, I'm switching to black thread so it blends in with the upper beak and gives a nice clean finish. To attach the front and back pieces, I'm going to start with the head. I'll be using yellow thread to stitch around the body, but for the beak area, I'm using thread that matches the beak, just to keep everything looking neat and blended. Using a blanket stitch, I'll sew around the beak to join the front and back pieces together, making sure to hide all thread ends inside for a neat finish. Now that the beak is done, I'm switching to yellow thread and starting to connect the body pieces together. I'll continue using a blanket stitch and sew around the edges until I reach the top of the curved back. Once I get there, I'll insert the ribbon so it's ready to hang when the ornament is finished. Insert the ribbon. I'm cutting about 7 inches to keep it consistent with all the other ornaments in this series. Fold the ribbon in half and tuck it between the 2 layers of the body. Then secure it in place with a few small stitches before continuing around with the blanket stitch. I'm really curious to know where my viewers are from. So let's make that today's qualifying question for the giveaway. Just leave a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. If this is the first video in the series you have stumbled upon, don't worry. All the giveaway rules are listed in the description box below. I'll go first. I'm from North Carolina, but I was raised in Slovakia, which explains the accent. And now it's your turn. I ran out of thread, so after I rethread, I'm going to resume stitching, but this time I'll start from the other end. Leaving the bottom of the ornament open will make it easier to stuff both the neck and the body at the same time. I'm using toy stuffing to plump up the bird, and with the help of a skewer, I'll gently push it up into the narrow neck. Once I'm done stuffing the bird, I will close it up and the ornament will be finished. I wrap up, I just want to give a quick shout out to a few lovely ladies who've been commenting on my videos. Susan, Colleen, Tina, Sandy, and Jill. I am so glad to know that someone out there is enjoying these tutorials. Your comments and support truly don't go unnoticed, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. As time goes by, I'm hopeful that more people will find these videos and discover something useful or inspiring in them, whether it's a new technique or just a little creative spark. Before I say goodbye, I want to show you a different variation I made. On this one, I used a French knot for the eye and went with a completely different design. You can really customize these however you like. Just use your imagination and have fun with it. Until next time, happy crafting!